Hello, hello, Justice Warriors. Let me just find out if you can hear me. I'm dying to answer that question, Ara. But first, I need to know if people can hear me, because if not, then I'll try to fix it. And yesterday I was able to fix it on my own. So I just need to hear from somebody that you can hear me. I'll go ahead and run through my regular stuff while I'm waiting for that confirmation. Please hit your like button if you'd be so kind. I'm starting to worry that you can't hear me. Can you? Check, check. Can you hear me, Bex? Can you please say you can hear me? I'm serious. I have something freaking huge, and it's not me. It's you guys. It's everybody. Oh, good. You can hear me. Okay, I'm just going to freaking get right into it. I don't want to keep anybody waiting. This is what happens when you do the right thing, when you're on a good vibe. I think I freaking nailed this case. Not me. Mark, you here. Yay. Not me, but all of us. All of us. So let me quickly say my disclaimer that everything I say is simply my opinion for the sake of starting a conversation, hoping to learn something and to gain an understanding in a ridiculous situation like what happened to Ms. Kylie Rodney. All my videos to date have been made for YouTube. It's an entertainment platform. I just quit my job so I can focus on this full time. And I'm like, holy crap. This is what happens when you're honest with yourself, you guys. This has been in our faces since day one. And I want to give everybody credit for paying attention and reviewing it again and again. I could just cry. You guys don't care if I cry, do you? I got my water. I got my Pringles. I'm going to quickly bless us with our little reminder that we just really need to love ourselves and love each other. And everything will be fine in the world, except Kylie, whose life was lost, I believe, in my opinion. Okay. Where's my phone? I might play for you on my phone. So thank you guys so much for being here. I love you. You are the best, the absolute best. Which one should I highlight? I'll highlight Mark saying hi to everybody. Mark, I've been wondering why did you privatize all of your videos for a reason, or was that done for you by YouTube? Did you get hamburglarized? Okay, I just want to get right into it, because where are we? We're already 2.5 minutes in. I'm not trying to yank your chain. Okay, Ninja Chihuahua, thank you for being you. Her last video, which I, of course, will put a link to in the description. And in that video, at the timestamp, a 37-second clip, the words that come out of Scami's mouth say everything we need to know. I wrote it down verbatim, meticulously. It's freaking word salad up the wazoo. This is how liars try to gaslight, is they just throw spaghetti at the wall. It's a freaking mess. Like, she can't even talk in a straight line. So I'm going to read it to you with commentary. Then I'm going to play it for you and go back, because I think we need to study it and send it to whatever authorities might be willing to investigate the case for real. Okay? So at the 3-minute and 53-second mark is when the person interviewing Scami says, what was the last communication you had with her? When was that, and what did she tell you? Key questions. And she gave us key response, but it's hard to decipher. I had to slow it down to 0.75, and she was still talking fast. At 0.5, it was a little too slow. But Mark, maybe you can work your magic with it. I'd invite you to do that. So she says, in response to the question that was made in the video of Ninja Chihuahuas at the 3-minute, 53-second mark, right around there, what was the last communication you had with her? When was that? And what did she tell you? Scami. This is verbatim. I went over it with a fine-tooth comb. So at about 12:36, And I'm going to interject right there. You don't say about and then give a specific moment in time. She's contradicting herself all over the place. So at about 12:36 a.m. in the morning, again, you can say a.m. or in the morning. You don't need to say both. I saw, buy some time for myself because I have no idea what I'm talking about, a call from her. So she called me. I saw a call from her, and so she called me. I was on my way home from the party, and the and is kind of like a but. It's a buying time. She was supposed to give me a ride home, but I told her I didn't need a ride home. And I answered it. Wait, you're already into the conversation and then you're backtracking. Okay. Maybe you're a little nervous being on the news and all, since you're not like an actress with acting classes. I answered it and she said, "Hey, where are you? Like, do you still need a ride home?" And I was like, "No, I already told you this. Like, we're all good. Like, I'm in the car right now. Like, I'm not exaggerating on the likes. Thank you so much." And she's like, "Yeah, of course. Love you. Good night. Like, I'll see you tomorrow." And I was like, "Love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe." Then she touches her neck, you guys. Then she touches her neck when she says, "Be safe." So right here in these 4 seconds from about 4:19 or 4:15 to 4:19, I think 4:20 is when she touches her neck, 4:19 or 20. Okay. And then after that, nobody's had any contact. So she ends that part of recounting the conversation with the touching her neck. I only just put that together right now as I'm talking to you guys. I'm going to go over that again real quick. "I'll see you tomorrow." And I was like, "Love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe." And then after that, nobody's had any contact or sighting of her. So it's been complete radio silence. Her phone has been off. Her location. Let me see what you guys are saying. Love bears all things. God is love. I mean, seriously, it's that simple. Love endures all things. Love never fails. Corinthians 13 and C 13 is seriously my lucky number, Katie Bug. Thank you for that. I'm joking, Mark. Please don't think I'm a troll. What did you say, troll? I'm just kidding. I'm not calling you a troll. I heard you are a dodger. Okay, let's see. Bad interviewers. You cannot trust the law enforcement in that town. Must go above. FBI. And hey there, Mark Molina. So yeah, I don't really trust the federal authorities in this case so far. I hope that they can prove me wrong. I hope that they can and that they will. Yeah, they're too much a part of it now and won't change. Too much has been done. Sandra says, "Hey, Jazz, been working on the hat. Oh, cute." She won the white Justice A to Z hat. "I ordered a violin brooch to put on it and want it to be, and it won't be here until February 7th, but I will send you pics when finished." Oh, that is so cool. So yeah, I am really excited to be thinking along the lines of beefing up, bolstering my YouTube channel. And what perfect timing to feel like there's a breakthrough. And I don't want to like overinflate anything because I know we've all gone over that part of the interview, that part of the case again and again and again with a fine tooth comb. But I'm going to go ahead and play it for you. Let's see. I'm so glad the sound is working. Oh, and look, I hadn't seen this one yet. Ninja Chihuahua's mag interview from 8 hours ago. But let me just go to Ninja Chihuahua. I love her stuff. She's just kicking butt. And there's the video from 8 hours ago called Worried with Lindsay on it. And this one is the Scami said one. Scami said, I can't call her anything but Scami. The compilation of Scami Smith. And it's from 8 hours ago. It's 16 minutes and 32 seconds. Can you guys believe that Ninja Chihuahua only has 692 subs? Like, that's some serious shadow banning. Seriously. Like, she's one of the best content creators out there. And she's amazing. Okay. She's just been laying it on thick. So I'm going to go to this video and I'm going to play it with you guys. Right at about the 3-minute, 53-minute mark. What I want to say before I start is how quickly Scami speaks. Like, I speak pretty quickly in general, and I try to slow it down when I'm on camera, because when I'm replaying it, I'm like, wow, am I on double speed? And part of that is the glitchiness of the system, but part of that is just that I speak quickly because I have trouble keeping up with my thought process, and I want to get the words out before I forget them. That's why I write everything down. And Jacqueline McDermott says, so happy to see that someone is still talking about Kylie's case. We all know that beautiful young lady was red-rummed. Well, Jacqueline McDermott, thank you for saying that. I'm not going to say that, but I think you speaketh the truth. Every time I hear those interviews, I see or hear something new. I know. And when you just now, in trying to prepare this little thing for you guys, it was crazy how much I was hearing. Okay.
Like, location isn't on, and nobody seems to have reported.
Okay, so I'm going to take it to 3:29.
On all the social medias last night, and apparently I got a really.
Finally, I could eat my stone pie naan. Huh? What's that?
Stop. Sorry, you guys. I'm a little too excited. I got to slow down. What's going on?
Like, location isn't on, and no.
Okay. I'm going to go to 3 minutes and 39 seconds. And then let me just play it straight through, but I'm going to play it at playback speed, not normal. I'm going to do 0.75 because I think it helps, because this biatch talks so fast.
A lot of people are trying to join us today to try and find her. Probably over 100 people by now.
I know you were telling me you were with Kylie on Friday. What was the last communication you had with her? When was that? And what did she tell you?
So at about 12:36 a.m. in the morning, I saw a call from her, and she called me. I was on my way home from the party, and she was supposed to give me a ride home, but I had already told her I didn't need a ride home. And I answered it, and she said, hey, where are you? Like, do you still need a ride home? And I was like, no, I already told you this. Like, we're all good. Like, I'm in the car right now. Like, thank you so much. And she was like, yeah, of course. Love you. Good night. Like, I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, hey, love you. See you tomorrow. Be safe. And then after that, nobody has had any contact or sighting of her. So it's been complete radio silence. Her phone has been off. Her location isn't on, and nobody seems to have reportedly even seen her after 12:30. So.
And you know that she's familiar with the area.
Okay. I'm going to play it again to remind you, this is at 0.75. This is not at full speed. And I'm going to break it up with my commentary because I have a lot. And what I want to emphasize is right around the 4:20 mark. Here, I won't hold the phone in the screen. Right around the 4:20 mark, when she discontinues her recounting of Kylie's words, and she touches her neck lightly, and then she switches gears and then after that, nobody has seen her. I'm sorry. And then after that, nobody's had any contact or sightings of her. Words are important. It's important to get the precise words, and it's really challenging because this girl is like a Tasmanian devil in her word salad, speaking, gaslighting, lying, confabulating. She's a master of it. Although I think most of us knew she was lying right off the bat. I tried to refrain from calling her Scami right off the bat. And the way she says like I just did, the way she says like, the way she uses and. So and like are pauses for her to buy time. Chris Watts could have learned a lesson from her because he just overused the word like as NK did, and listening to them speak with every other word being like is insane. Swear Kimberly has done videos. She hasn't made any videos in over a year now of the two of those dirtbags speaking, where she's taken all the likes out and she can like condense a 1 hour conversation into 20 minutes. I mean, I might be exaggerating, but it's significant. So Scami hides her pauses a little bit better by mixing it up with the and like. Plus, in repeating things such as 12:36 a.m. in the morning, she's buying herself a few more seconds to think ahead. What the fuck am I going to say next, right? So let's go over this again. And Mark, I agree. Let's see, where was 157? I agree with Mark's comment back here that they are too much a part of it now and won't change too much. Too much has been done. Totally agree with that. And sorry if I highlighted a comment that you didn't want highlighted, Jacqueline. Every time I hear those interviews, yeah, I already read that part. Let's see. Oh, Jacqueline said, sorry, I just realized I shouldn't have spelled out that word. Thank you, Jacqueline. That's very kind of you. I am fine with you spelling it out. Like I said, I'm not going to say it. I'll always say red rum, of course, if I remember, just like I'll always say unalive and other keywords that I try not to say. But yeah, I make those mistakes sometimes too. So thanks. And I think that you're wise to do that because I do think that YouTube goes through the chat, and especially in this case, because I believe that the Hambricks have close ties or they are on some of the boards of directors for things like YouTube. I do honestly believe that. I don't think that's any conspiracy theory or paranoia. Their family has been on the board of directors for many, many, many things in our international economy for generations. So for people that aren't familiar with that, that's why people make a big deal of that family. So that son, Nate H. Hamburglar, I like to call them, he was with Kylie that night, probably, right? And they live up the mountain, up the Cannibal Mountain from her, the Donner Party pass, where it's really impossible to get there. But these people live up there, so they were going up there every day of their lives as long as there wasn't too much snow and ice. It's impossible to get up there, you guys. I've told you again and again. I had a free place to stay right on Donner Lake where you can look across the lake and up to that part of the mountain where the Donner Party catastrophe happened. And I never dreamed of going up there. I mean, you could see the train tunnel, and I think that might be the train tunnel in some of the photo shoots of Kylie's. And I knew that people went up there, but it never crossed my mind to go up there. I mean, first of all, I was only there in the winter skiing. But second of all, creepy AF, very far out of the way. And I mean, I would hear stories of people talking about how creepy it was if they went up there. So I understand people's fascination with stuff like that, but you can get a full historical account just from the memorial park at the bottom of the mountain. That I know that Kylie's family had to drive right by that park on Cold Creek Road to get to the lodge. So all their guests had to drive right by, the Donner Picnic Park is what I like to refer to it as. It's a little nuts, just a wee bit. And I would imagine that maybe the Hamburglers had to drive by that too. But what I'm talking about, why I'm bringing it up is because it's a constant reminder of the disaster that came from poor leadership, that came from craziness, that came from this dog eat dog mentality that persists in much of our culture, but I think especially here in Truckee. I think that's what we're seeing. And every time I see or hear those interviews, I hear or see something new. Replace pinned message. Yeah. And like I said, Jacqueline, thanks for your cleaning that up. I mean, I wasn't going to worry about it, but that's smart. Location isn't on. Did someone turn it off or did it shut down from going into the water? Well, Katie Bug, let me just answer that question to the best of my knowledge with an educated guess, is that she had an iPhone and that an iPhone would maintain regular function for at least 30 minutes in the water. According to information that I have an iPhone, and that they would have shut it off, is my opinion. Mark says, guys, how does she know the location is off? That's not normal. Mark, I know exactly, because she shut it off is my guess. Scamming us, definitely a liar. Yeah. Where is Kylie's phone? Scammy, you checked to see if location was on or off. Scammy is definitely a liar. Yeah, you can just keep saying that. Every other sentence is good. I mean, like I said, I tried to not call her Scammy on day one. I said it a couple of times and I'm like, let's just give this whack job the benefit of the doubt and give it a minute, especially since she's almost a kid. But no, she's proven herself to be nothing but scammy. I am getting ready for work. Always miss these lives. Well, I haven't been doing them so much, Melissa, because I've had way too much on my plate and I've tried to clear other things off my plate so that I can focus on what I feel like is really important for me at this point in my life, which is my YouTube channel and my Squirrel Squad and my yoga practice, and hopefully teaching yoga as well. I mean, that's quite a hurdle, but I feel like I'm having a little tiny bit of a breakthrough with that too. Anyway, I just want to stay focused on Kylie because that girl deserves some justice. And I was honestly really upset recently with anybody trying to say or infer that she might not be deceased, because sure, there always leave the door open, anything's possible, but in doing that, then you're never going to arrest anybody for red rum because you don't even know that she's not with us anymore, theoretically, right? I think it's abundantly clear. And I think it's abundantly clear that Scammy knows what happened, and her touching her neck is key. I can't believe I never caught that. So let's go over this quickly. Hey, squirrels, what's up? Phone 11 has rating water and dust proof for up to 30 minutes fully submerged. Awesome. Shan, replaying last night's live. I fell asleep within the first 30 minutes. We'll be back after this. You know what, Sandra? I fell asleep like the last 30 minutes. I felt so bad when I woke up, and I woke up right as she was shutting it down, I think. And I was like, man, what did I miss? So I went back on to listen to the end of it, and I don't know how much. I need to go back and probably rewatch the whole thing from start to finish. or listen to it while I'm doing the things I got to get done later. But I'm just so happy to be here with you guys. I'm so happy to have my channel. I'm so happy to have this time to go over this information and to interact with you. It's so important to me. Kylie, Rodney matters. And last night I did a live that was about an hour long, and I was pretty much just doing a sound check, and it turned into a regular live, and I had a few things in my notes and interacting with you guys and, talking about several cases. But I really like to go back to focusing just on Kylie. I feel like it's beneficial to branch out, especially because there's elements of each case that can help you in the next case, but staying focused on Kylie Rodney until there's resolution, which it's been a year and a half, and I don't know that we're anywhere near a resolution. I don't know that we are. I hope we are. I feel like we're making breakthroughs in our Squirrel Squad, and I appreciate every single person that's in the Squirrel Squad or feels like they're not in the Squirrel Squad. Anybody who's paying attention, anybody who gives a freaking damn about Kylie, I appreciate each and every one of you just as much as the next. It's all important. If people like Shan and Ara and myself were just speaking into a vacuum and, just interacting with each other and didn't have a broader audience, it wouldn't be very effective. So it's really important. Even if you're lurking and not commenting, that's absolutely fine. Just giving a damn is what matters, in my opinion. Some guy dropped his in Tahoe. Wait, let's go back to that. Some guy dropped his in Tahoe, and it was too deep for him to free dive to get to it. He asked for help from the local, said it was still on, and could give exact location 6 hours after he lost it. Wow, CB, that's cool. I'm glad I caught that. They did tests in Lake Tahoe and submerged one for hours at 100 feet, and it didn't fall right away. So 12 or 14 to 25 feet with Kylie's. I have questions. Scami looked into Kylie's phone to see location is on or off, and then phone and Kylie gone. Answer questions, Scami. Lie detector time. Oh, man. She's so gross. To me, it seems abundantly clear in that interview, the way she tells the story and the things that she's saying. I'm going to go over that with you guys in just a second. I might have to give up on trying to stay current with the chat in order to do that. But let me try to speed read and then jump over to that. With a pathological liar, an addict like Scami, a polygraph is pointless. Good point, Shan. Yeah. Jazz, we missed a lot. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, in just like glossing over that ridiculous snippet of the interview, because I don't think any of us missed it. I think we all felt it. I think that's why we all were caught up in this case from the get-go, from jump. But it's so hard to slow down her speech and get her accurate words because she's trying to be jumbled. She's trying to do the word salad thing, and it makes it really hard to follow. I try to keep my sleep hours consistent and dog on a routine. Yeah, Mark, it's important. I know, me too. But it's nice that I don't have to get up at 5:30 in the morning anymore. And I was able to stay up late, even though I fell asleep on Shan's live on panel. I hate doing that. That's only happened like once or twice. So I was happy to be on the panel, but yeah, being asleep doesn't do much. So I slept in this morning, and yeah, I'm just getting my rhythm, Please hit the like button. Thanks. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Sandra, does anyone have time frame of when DD will do his thing? Oh, is Drip Drop doing a thing? I love when he does a thing. He's doing an Idaho thing. That kid is so sharp. I feel like Detective Windshield Wiper was forced to leave. I first thought she was on YouTube, worried someone may do a video about her, but I do think exposing Freiberg helped. Steering wheel wiper, I meant. I thought that's what you meant, Melissa. He's currently researching and getting a background on Kylie. Are you serious? Are you talking about Drip Rap? Because I specifically have asked him a few times to get on this case. I hope that you're talking about him. I'm going to eat a couple of Pringles because I haven't had anything to eat today and I didn't want to delay coming on. I never eat in front of you guys. Let me try this, but I'm hungry. Excuse me while I talk and eat at the same time. He's currently researching and getting a background on Kylie. While the poll finishes up, I'm assuming he'll do his video within the week of poll ending, but it's worth however long it takes him. Phone should have worked for 30 minutes, then in 15 feet of water, but Scami had it. Yeah, Sandra, I agree that she's enough of a compulsive liar that she would pass. She's trying to lay base info down while inserting a narrative, while inserting lies, while some truth slips, while messing it all up. And for that, we can thank her. DD, Deception Detective. Thank you, Squirrels. I was hoping you meant Drip Drop, but yeah. I'm not so familiar with Deception Detective. I have seen a little bit with all this excitement around it. Sandra, in regard to Scami being such a liar. Oh, Sandra, good question. Shan, did you tell DD that you have original content that is no longer available? Hey, Ara. We may have all been wrong, and DD may think SS is being truthful, just getting details mixed up because she's a teenager giving nervous interviews to news stations. Ara, I don't know whether to be just blunt with you. Like, I understand what you're doing, trying to keep the door open, trying to keep an open mind. But I think it's really important to stay focused. And we know that biatch is a freaking not truth teller. I just think it's important to stay focused and keep moving. Anybody who thinks she's being truthful, like the interview room people, like they were paid to do that, in my opinion. They were lying. They were absolutely lying. I see your comment, not so dumb blonde. I'm sorry, did I miss a bunch? And I appreciate you're trying to see it both ways. I just don't want to confuse myself. I might have to get up and shut the door because someone just got home and I don't want there to be problems with noise. So hold on a second. All right, I should have some background music for when that happens. And let's get into it again. So I've got it all written down. And let's see. Squirrel says, someone in comments said they have, I think it was deleted footage of Megs speaking. I don't remember exactly who said it or who it was about, but no, did not come from me. I still want to find the video of Kate Cunyo saying that it was like the Lord of the Flies at that party, because I distinctively remember that. And I'm willing to keep an open mind that perhaps my memory is not accurate, but I've had other people agree with me and say that they distinctively remember that too. And of course, they could also be misremembering, but I think it's important because if she was there and then she's saying she wasn't there, all of these people keep saying things like something happened and it was grotesque and it was traumatic and it was horrifying. And she's no longer with us. I'm not going to base anything off DD regardless of what he says. I just want more opinions. Yeah. Are the picture they posed as Kylie, Sammy knew it was of herself and not Kylie. Well, and I'm willing to still keep an open mind that it's not what I think it is, which I think it is Scami. I'm willing to keep an open mind, but the eyebrows, the nose, the bridge of the nose, the cheekbones, and the butt and the chin, she's got a dimple in her chin, the person in the surveillance photo, and Scami has a dimple in her chin, and Kylie does not have a dimple in her chin. She has a very like pointed chin, kind of like a Norwegian looking chin. She knows something. Yeah, she knows everything, CB, in my humble opinion. And let's see, did you go vote for Kylie in DD poll? I did. Yes. So anybody who does, oh wait, that's the DD poll that's on Ara's community tab. So anybody who is not familiar with that, go to Ara's thing. Maybe I'll try to put a link for Ara's channel. Because sometimes it's hard to find Ara's channel. Every single time I'm looking for it, I have to type in Ara and Kylie Rodney, and then I have to scroll through a few, sometimes just like 3, sometimes like 50 before I get to Ara's channel. It's crazy. She's definitely shadow banned, in my opinion. So yeah, so Ara's doing a poll to find out who people want mostly for the deception detective to do a study on. I think it was like Scott Peterson, the Kylie Rodney case. I don't even remember what the other two were. To me, it was hands down Kylie Rodney. And I think when I took the poll, it was only 33% that were leaning towards Kylie Rodney. It wasn't like a landslide because there were 4 of them. So they were all kind of within, the 20% of the votes. He needed 6 months of catching up for me to take him at 100% on Kylie's case. That's a good way to look at it. Because, you can't just jump in the middle of it and see what's going on. Although sometimes that is good to get new eyes and get a fresh perspective. Why that one photo more than one camera and it has a video? Why? The bum on the check in the white dress matches the bum in photo and tattoo. The bump on the cheek in the white dress. Oh, I'm curious what bump, like if it's like a mole or acne or something. I mean, I just know my eye goes to like the apple of the cheekbone, and that it, Kylie had a really thin face. She didn't have like those cheekbones that Scami has and that the person in that photograph has. Kylie had a very slender face with a pointed chin, kind of a distinctive nose, like not a slope nose, which Scami has the slope nose. So even in the nose bone, like what, I forget what you call that part, the bridge, even in the bridge of the nose, like mine is kind of in between. Mine is just kind of straight. Kylie's is even straighter, and Sammy's is really curved. And then where the eyebrow meets the nose, the structure of those, like the brow bone, again, in that photograph, it's a complete and utter match to Scami's brow bone, not at all Kylie's brow bone. Let's see. Worried some of those trolls going to go vote against her. OCB, that's cute. Yeah, trolls get a life. So you guys, I've got to give it to Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, the honey badger, for doing these marathon lives. Sometimes I'm just like, God, I can't keep up. And other times when I drop in, I'm almost always just tickled pink with whatever it is she's talking about, and just so happy that she's still on it, and she's busting her rear end to emphasize what a joke MC Ultra is making of herself. So that's what she's doing on her marathon lives. And I think it's absolutely necessary. And I think it's amazing that she's got the wherewithal, the attention, the motivation, and the ability to do that. So I'd asked her in her live last night if she was okay with me live streaming her live in my live. And I started, she said it was great. That was fine. I started with that, but then it was too distracting. So let me get to this tape again, the one that I played for you. And I want to break it down with you. Let's see. Scami said.
Area, right? She's not like she doesn't know how to navigate the roads and things like that.
Okay, I'm going to start it from 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Sammy, thanks for joining me. What can you tell me about the turnout so far this morning? I know there was about 100 people here earlier.
Yeah, so we posted about this on all the social medias last night, and apparently it got a really far outreach. We have a lot of people who've texted me saying that they're still on their way. They're coming after work. I've told people that I will be here all day. So a lot of people are trying to join us today to try and find her. Probably over 100 people by now.
I know you were telling me.
Here, I just put it at 0.75 to slow it down a little bit. This girl, you guys, I don't know her name, but she's honestly always creeped me out. She seems like somebody who knows a lot and is silent.
We're with Kylie on Friday. What was the last communication you had with her? When was that? And what did she tell you?
So at about 12:36 a.m. in the morning.
So that's the girl I'm talking about, the one that's hugging Mags. And this is Kate Cunio standing next to Mags. And I'm pretty sure that they interviewed Kate on this day before or after they interviewed Scami. And that's when she said that it was like I always want to say Silence of the Lambs. Interesting too, since that's a cannibalistic movie. I'd never realized that right there. Anyway, The Lord of the Flies, which is also a cannibalistic movie, you guys. Come on.
Morning, I saw a call from her, and she called me. I was on my way home from the park.
Wait, I saw a call from her, and so she called me. I saw a call from her, to me, implies that you saw it afterwards, that you didn't answer it, that you're looking at your phone and you're like, oh, there was a call from her.
And she was supposed to give me a ride home, but I had already told her I didn't need a ride home. And I answered it, and she said, hey, where are you?
Let's see. I'm going to read the exact words. So at about 12:36 a.m. in the morning, and I know this is redundant, this is where I started, but it's important to go over it. I saw a call from her, and so she called me. I saw a call from her, and so she called me. Repetitive. I was on my way home from the party, and she was supposed to give me a ride home, but I told her I didn't need a ride home, and I answered it. So she's already recounting the conversation, and then she's backtracking, and I answered it. That's weird. So she's saying that she saw that there was a call. She's recounting the conversation, and then she says, and I answered it. It's all out of order. It's all disjointed. And she said, hey, where are you? Like, do you still need a ride home? And I was like, no, I already told you this. Like, we're all good. Like, I'm in the car right now. Like, thank you so much. And she's like, yeah, of course. Love you. Good night. Like, I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe. And she touches the neck. The neck, women that are unalived by other are often choked out. So in the interviews of NK and Chris Watts, in the Watts case, both of those people touched their necks a lot. And Somebody just put out that video yesterday. I think it was Annie Elise, 10 to Life, where she's focusing on that. And a lot of content creators have focused on the neck touching. But let's get back to this. I mean, that's where, like I said, it's just important sometimes to use one case to help you with another. So when people touch the neck or whatever part of the body, it's often because they're thinking about it for some reason.
Like, do you still need?
I'm going to rewind it just a tiny bit.
A call from her, and she called me. I was on my way home from the party, and she was supposed to give me a ride home, but I had already told her I didn't need a ride home. And I answered it, and she said, "Hey, where are you?"
And I answered it. That doesn't make sense. Right there.
Like, do you still need a ride home? And I was like, no, I already told you this. Like, we're all good. Like, I'm in the car right now. Like, thank you so much. And she's like, yeah, of course.
Wait, like, thank you so much. Doesn't she remind you of like Elvis Presley or somebody when she says that? Like, thank you so much. I've always thought that. It's the first time I've said it in a video. Like, thank you so much.
Of course, love you. Good night. Like, I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, hey, love you. See you tomorrow. Be safe. And then after that, nobody has had.
I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe. Well, if that little ninny would have just listened to her BFF Scami, we wouldn't be doing this right now, would we?
Any contact or sighting of her. So it's been in the morning. I saw a call from her, and she called me. I was on my way home from the party.
I saw a call from her, and so she called me.
And she was supposed to give me a ride home, but I had already told her I didn't need a ride home. And I answered it, and she said, hey, where are you? Like, do you still need a ride home? And I was like, no, I already told you this. Like, we're all good. Like, I'm in the car right now. Like, thank you so much. And she was like, yeah, of course. Love you. Good night. Like, I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, hey, love you. See you tomorrow.
That was something I had trouble buying from Jump, was that Kylie said, bye, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. I had trouble with that from Jump. And then I got over it and I thought, okay, maybe that's how they talk to each other. And probably that's how Kylie speaks to her other friends. This girl, I don't think was ever a friend. I don't think they ever spoke like that to each other. I don't think Kylie ever spoke like that to her, but that's just my humble opinion.
I'll be safe. And then after that, nobody has had any.
Be safe. And then after that, so Mark does a good job of rewinding these, going through them in slow motion. Also going through them without sound. That's another thing detectives do. So just watching the body language. So she does this when she switches gears from using Kylie's dialogue, alleged dialogue, to after she's gone.
Contact or sighting of her. So it's been complete radio silence. Her phone has been off. Her location isn't on, and nobody seems to have reportedly even seen her after 12:30. So
nobody's reportedly even seen her since after 12:30, but at about 12:36 in the morning, Scami saw a call from her. Oh yeah, let me get caught up with you guys. Sorry, I missed a whole bunch. I'm not going to try to read all of it out loud. I'm curious what you're talking about here with, I'll highlight it. If I'm not mistaken, she verbally said it as well. I believe that too. People said she's said it, but I haven't found it yet. Oh, are you talking about the Lord of the Flies party? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Sammy called it the Lord of the Flies party. Right. It was quoted in More Than Just the Sun. Right. And they showed the interview clip of her saying it. And then also those same words, I believe, were used by Kate Cunha. So there were some other words that Megs, MC Ultra and Sammy both used the exact same words. And it was just last night that I was looking at that and thinking, isn't that interesting? But it's not coming to me off the top of my head, and I don't want to go fumbling through all my notebooks. I could, they're right over there, the stack of them. But I'll try to get that together to have in the next video. And the bump on the cheek, Mark says, yes. I'm worried some of those trolls. Yeah, okay. CB, there isn't enough of them to really affect the poll, except, and again, I don't want to give them this idea if they haven't done it already, but with artificial intelligence, they can make hundreds of themselves, they can clone themselves, and then they can really throw it off. So sorry if I let this secret out, but I'm sure that they're already ahead of that learning curve, right? They're trolls, for crying out loud. That's their purpose in the world. Mrs. G is an amazing and passionate person, and she's just cute and nice and funny and honest. And what more can you ask for? And she loves Kylie, and she's not shy about it at all. Off to Truckee to work. Melissa, are you serious? Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I caught that. Say hi to everybody for me. Does anyone know what church they go to? The Rodney Neiman's? No, but I would think it's a spooky one. Stay safe, Melissa, and have a great day. Love you. Just trying to be silly, like, these people. Blessings and be safe. Yeah, stay safe. And Melissa, you might want to be using a different name. I hope that that's not your real name. Really, any of us, Mark, should not have our real names on this channel. Shan, a lot of people do have their real names, and a lot of people don't. And yeah. Now I want to tell you guys my real name. It's Jazz. Xena, Warrior Princess. If her hair is silverish, that would be Alika Nemeth. Yeah, I think that that's correct, Shan. She's spooky to me. Like, she seems like she's got a lot of experience with substances and a lot of experience with darkness. Like, if there really is the activity of the community that it seems like is up there. I mean, I saw your short video that you did last week about all of that panic of the S kind at the city council meeting. Like, that was freaking crazy, you guys. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Shan's video. That's a clip of an 11-hour city council meeting. 11 hours. I did not watch the whole thing. I hope you didn't either. But I did go to the link that you provided. And so they're talking about their worshiping of, the opposite of good, worshiping evil. And if that is really going on in that community the way that it seems like it is, this person that you just mentioned, she has a look in her eye that tells me that she's been deeply involved in that, probably victimized by that. Like, that's the feeling that I get. That's just intuitive. That's just allegedly. That's just my opinion. The story surrounding that call changes so much. I'm thinking either the call didn't happen or the voice on the end wasn't Kylie. Oh, I think she's totally making it up. Yeah, because the way she's telling the story, she's not telling it in the right order. Like, the phone would be ringing and then she answered it, but she's like, no, I saw the call and then we're having this conversation and then so I answered it. No, I know this isn't any help, but I believe one of her friends stated it in a video. Are you talking about the Lord of the Flies, Silence of the Lambs reference? It wasn't Silence of the Lambs reference. That's where my mind always goes. Blair Witch Project is another one. It's just like her saying she was driving from the passenger seat. Well, because she can't keep her story straight because she's moving too fast. Like, she's not giving herself time to recite it. Like, you got to write it down. You got to memorize it. And then people are still going to throw you curveballs because real life. So you can't plan for everything, and you can't plan for like the nervous tick in your eye that gives you away, because your body wants you to tell the truth, because the truth is what matters. Lies don't matter. Let's see, what time is it? 12 or 2:43. I love this comment that I missed. Sandra, Jazz, I hear you. Thank you very much. Elvis-ish. That's funny. I'm so glad I caught that. Number one says, I am a clone. What? Oh, is that you, Kenny? Is FBI GBK Kenny? Probably, because he's got the blue wrench, and I don't recognize FBI GBK. So yeah, it's probably Kenny. It certainly is Shan. Okay. You seem to be your spunky normal self again, sir. Feeling much better. Oh, were you sick? I'm sorry to hear that. I think I kind of caught that. I'd been so caught up the last couple of weeks with finishing out everything in my professional position that I had, and with my wounded toe, and with my yoga, everything, and with the YouTube, trying to keep up with it all. So I've missed some. Forgive me. Look hard at same. Oh, shite. Mark, what are you talking about? That was like 4 minutes ago. I'm almost caught up. Yes, I'm a lot better. Thanks, Shan. Oh, yes, Kenny. Oh, Shan says, I'm not worried about them knowing my real name. Right. And I mean, with technology, they can find these things out. LexisNexis knows all of us. They're like the public FBI. The FBI is the late FedEx man. That is the key. Kenny, glad you better. Hey, Sandra, I'm supposed to be undercover. Sorry, I missed your live last night, Shan. We'll go over it later. I watched a few hours of that meeting, and the people were outraged, and let them know. The people were outraged about the message of the dark evil crap. They looked pissed. I think SS had Kylie's phone and called herself. Oh, Mark Molina. I think you just hit the nail on the head. Like, that rings true in my heart. That rings true in my heart. I think you are precisely correct. I feel kind of stupid to admit on camera that I never thought of that. But there's just so much to keep up with, right? Thank you, Mark. That's brilliant. I think you're 100% on it. That Scami had her phone and called herself. And yeah, because she was probably texting the mom too, right? Drank what she drank, pee in the woods. Making coffee. I'm having a hard time, Kate saying Lord of the Flies. I'm pretty sure she did. Now, I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure she did. That it was two sources that I heard it from on the day that I heard it in an interview from Scami. I believe that I also heard it in an interview from Kate. That's what I believe. Okay, it's all put our present name and throw it in a hat and draw to get a new one. Let's all put our present name and throw it in a hat to get a new one. Cute. Good to see you too, FBI guy. Thanks for coming on in. This is lovely, you guys. I like my name, Sandra. I like your name too. Oh, Shanda. Is Sandra the park ranger that you used to be in your secret double life back when you were chunky? Oh man, cray. In my opinion, Daisy had a part, and not to say chunky, how about just say voluptuous, back when you were more curvy. We don't want to body shame no one ever. In my opinion, Daisy had a part in this. That's why MC is inserted herself. Scami agreed to do her part as crisis actor and also involved. Dawn, I believe you. I agree. I don't think that MC would be involved if not for trying to protect her own children. And for whatever reason, I'm thinking she probably works for Scami's parents, that she probably cleans, she's a house cleaner, and that she probably cleans for the Smith family, their business, their homes. I mean, she might not have been hired by them to go out into the streets of YouTube and do all the crap that she's been doing, but that she essentially works for them. And so that's her allegiance to Scami. That's her paycheck. That's her meal ticket right there. I agree, Mark. And I think that Scami is the meal ticket for Lindsay, too. Lindsay's got to be down with this, too, or she's got no means of taking care of herself. How she knew the location was off. Yes, Jazz, they got on the mic and let them know how they felt. One woman even says a blessing. Yeah. And they just were not acting appropriate. Again, if Kylie was just missing, you don't want to be wasting any time doing anything but trying to find her, because let's say that she's injured in the woods somewhere and she's hypothermic, she's dehydrated, she needs food, she's bleeding out because she broke her leg. You don't want to waste any time at all. You're not going to be making time for a concert. You're not going to be making time to organize even like the website page, because you're going to put all of your resources into finding her, because you don't want to lose a minute. And if you think she was abducted, you also don't want to lose a minute, because every single second that passes, she can be getting further away from where she was abducted from. So time is of the essence. And there is no indication that they're worried about time at all. They're just like, oh, so sad. Oh, devastating. Oh, trauma. Like, no, you're not going to be sad and devastated and traumatized over somebody that you don't know where they are for a couple of days. You're just going to hope for the best and try to find them. So Megan slips up and almost said Scami was parked near Kylie. Sus. Oh, is this like in one of her most recent things? Scami said Lord of the Flies never came from Kate. See, I think it did come. I know it came from Scami, but I think that Kate said it too, and that it got scrubbed off the internet. That's what I believe. But I don't mind disagreeing. I think that there's a good chance that you're right and I'm wrong. But I have had a lot of other people say that they remembered it the way I remember it. So, Mark, because Scami turned it off. Shan, I feel ya. Come at me, bro. Kenny, bro. Why we twins, bro? So cute. Twins from across the pond. Brothers from another mother, right? Let's see. Sisters from another mister. I like that one too. Maybe it was Daisy who drove her home. Yeah, whoever was it drove her home. That's a big secret. And we know that MC Ultra knows exactly who drove Scami home. We know that Scami knows exactly who drove her home, and maybe it was herself that drove her home, but they are not going to say. And that's suspicious for many, many reasons. Common misconception. Oh, I love that. Anna Lester, thank you for putting those words in there. Is what MC and Scami both have said. Oh, there's more too. There's another little quote about, that's a good one though. That's a really good one. Something is definitely up with Scami and the Daisy duo, and why Megan explained how Daisy got horse tranquilizer in her mouth when nobody asked Megan. Oh my goodness, I missed this. Was this just in the last day or so? Such off behaviors from these people. Holy crap. Horse tranquilizers. So does that mean that that was what was in Kylie's drink that Scami says that she shared with her? Wow. Because, yeah, I know you guys were talking about the K-hole and the ketamine, and that's like a mix of Coca-Cola and that's what a K-hole is. And so maybe they were speaking double speak. There's a lot of double speak and double think going on in this whole case. Reminds me of the 1984 book. But the K-hole could be the metaphorical hole that Elsa said that Kiely fell into. Remember Meg said that there was a few sober people there. Oh, that was hilarious. There were actually some sober people there. Yeah, right. Okay, whatever. Because, yeah, people, I'm sure in Tahoe go to parties to stay sober. That's like the whole point, right? I mean, yeah, maybe if they want to take advantage of the people that are not sober. The horse sneeze that night on SS. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Sandra, but I'm very curious. Maybe the horse sneezed in Kylie's cup. That's so gross. I've totally changed my theory and now think Kylie was shot. Oh my goodness, dude. I am so curious how you got to that point. Wow. Pressers break in searching for brakes, and the lazy camp, they all knew 3 stoppages of the search. Stupages. Time to leave in the water. Yeah. I'm so curious. I mean, I've heard 1 or 2 things about that concept, Kenny, about a possibility of a firearm being responsible and playing a part in this whole thing. Just had to take a phone call and missed so much. Oh, I'm sorry, but I have something important to say that I'll get to in just a second that you didn't miss, if I can remember. Mag Forest bong hits and scary old guys. And I know old guys. I am one. What not to say. That makes 2 of us, Mark. Hi, Shannon. Jazz joined late at 44 minutes. Hey, Fredfield. Who's drinking horse tranquilizers? It sounds like Daisy. Ketamine. And hey, Life on Mars. What's up? I made a short on her explaining it. Seahorse video titled Got What in Her Mouth? Oh, yeah. When is that? When did you do that? I missed it. I try to keep up with all your stuff. Must have been in the last couple of days, I would think. I seen that short, Shan. How will we ever find out what really happened to KR? Actually, I don't watch a lot of shorts. I watch the videos that are short that are under regular videos, but I don't watch a lot of shorts. But I do watch some. How will we ever find out what really happened to KR? Let's see. I'm sure you hear Town Whispers RT. Sure wish you'd speak more on it versus hiding behind all these new name changes, but I'd hide too with a town like that. Oh, so curious, Shan. I don't know who RT is. Broken out window. Yep. But no glass where her car was. Reports of gunfire by campers who felt scared and left. She drove the car. Remember CCTV found last near to the blood trail. Oh, I don't even remember the blood trail. I mean, I kind of recollecting it as I read that, but yeah. Okay, so what was it that I was gonna say that was important? Something about something. there's just so much going on. My brain is kind of overwhelmed, kind of shutting down. We're just at an hour and 9 minutes. It kind of does that at about an hour. I'm usually like full throttle for about 60 minutes, and then right around there it stops, and that is annoying when that alarm goes off. Okay, so let's maybe wrap it up. And I can try to think of the things that I'm not able to come up with spur of the moment and write them down, and then have them in my next live or on a panel or what have you. So today is, what day is it? Thursday, the 25th of January. It's just about 3:00 almost. So I'll try to do a live tomorrow, Friday. And I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I really feel like those, what is it? It's just about 30 seconds really of that last Ninja Chihuahua video, or one of the last 3 Ninja Chihuahua videos, the one that I'll have the link to. Just that 30 seconds from about the 3-minute 53-second mark until right about the 4:25 mark, 4-minute 25 seconds. So yeah. So the 2 things that I want to remember to catch up with you guys is the exact quote that was the same of MC Ultra and Scami. And what was the other thing? I think that those 26 seconds, 36 seconds, whatever it is, I think there's a lot of information there. So maybe I want to play it one more time as we wrap up, if you guys don't mind. And it might jog my memory on the other thing that I wanted to share. Odd that your name is Be Real. Whose name is Be Real? Squirrels? I am lost. So it's interesting. If I have a troll or 2 in here, like, why would they be coming? Because I'm nobody. I don't know nothing. Why would they be wasting their time in my little chat here? I'm just a tiny little channel, just a conspiracy theorist. Go away. I don't know nothing. Let's see. Weirder Place throws it to Nevada and vice versa. No warrants on Be Real or Snapchat. Is fun day. Tomorrow's fun day. Friday. Be not very imaginative, in my opinion. Laugh my ass off. Sorry. I am A-O. Laugh my ass off. Lovely to see you all again. Gonna make coffee, so catch up later. Yes. I'm gonna play that 30-second clip again and then wrap up, but I'm gonna first try to speed read through everything. Truckee ramped up again on watching people talking about Kylie, haven't they? Oh, yeah. Well, they probably thought they were out of the woods. It's my guess that they thought when they hit the 12-month mark that, phew, it's over. Nobody's gonna care after a year. Yeah, no. Kind of the anniversary brings it all back again, and people that forgot about it start to care again. Enjoy your cups, Kenny. When you click B's name of their handle is Be Real 716. Thank you, squirrels. Yeah, I figured that with just a 1 letter that they were, to me, that was indicating that they were hiding something. Mom first, I'm pleased you like them. Yeah, Kenny, I haven't seen any drops from you in a while, not to put pressure on you, but I've looked, and I wonder if you're feeling frustrated, or if you're just been too busy and dealing with other stuff. I can be bought for $3 billion, just saying. Mark, you're so funny. It's like DD has them in a panic. Yeah, it's funny because MC's talking about that, and they're like, oh, that Squirrel Squad, they think DD's gonna unlock all the secrets. No, we don't. I mean, I'm part of the Squirrel Squad, and I don't think Dee Dee's going to unlock any secrets. I hope I'm wrong, but no. They didn't expect us all to keep on their backs. Well, and they didn't expect people to figure out their lies. Not hiding anything. YouTube is reason here. Sorry. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't put my information out there. I don't dox myself. Variety of reasons. I haven't been very active, Jazz. I'm working on it though. Well, and I only ask because you do such brilliant work. So I'm only bringing it up as a compliment. So no pressure. I know we all have to do what we need to do. I'd use 2.5 billion to start a nonprofit for proper investigations. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so I'm going to play this one more time.
And you know that.
And we're going back to 331.
Outreach, we have a lot of people who've texted me saying that they're still on their way. They're coming after work. I've told people that I will be here all day. So a lot of people are trying to join us today to try and find her. Probably over 100 people by now.
I know you were telling me you were with Kylie on Friday. What was the last communication you had with her? When was that? And what did she tell you?
So at about 12:36 a.m. in the morning, I saw a call from her, and she called me. I was on my way home from the party, and she was supposed to give me a ride home, but I had already told her I didn't need a ride home. And I answered it, and she said, "Hey, where are you? Like, do you still need a ride home?" And I was like, "No, I already told you this. Like, we're all good." Like,
I was going to pause this one. I'm getting confused. Hey, where are you? It's interesting that that's the question for Kylie. Where are you, Kylie? And then she's turning it around the way perpetrators always do. So now the lost victim is asking her where she is. Oh my God, it's so confusing. It's so confusing. I'm doing it again. My brain wires are crossing.
I'm in the car right now. Like, thank you so much. And she was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, I got to go back just a few seconds. That's kind of hilarious, but also super annoying. Okay.
She was supposed to give me a ride home, but I had already told her I didn't need a ride home. And I answered it, and she said, "Hey, where are you? Like, do you still need a ride?"
Hey, where are you? She also says it kind of like she's yelling outside. Hey, where are you?
Home, and I was like, "No, I already told you this. Like, we're all good. Like, I'm in the car right now. Like, thank you so much." And she was like, "Yeah, of course. Love you. Good night. Like, I'll see you tomorrow." And I was like, "Hey, love you. See you tomorrow. Be safe." And then after that, nobody has had any contact or sighting of her. So
Nobody's had any contact or sighting of her. She sounds a little high or intoxicated, in my humble opinion. But she probably always sounds like that. Maybe she always is. I don't know. Don't know her. But it would kind of fit with what I know of her. I want to play just a little bit more because the other part, a couple of things she says coming up right now that we're trying to cover everywhere. She says this, my name is Scami, so anybody can find me. My name is Scami, so anybody can find me. Well, we're not looking for you, Scami. We're looking for Kylie. You wish people cared about you. But she's really giving herself away. So she's about to say that. My name is Scami, so anybody can find me. That doesn't even make sense. Because your name is that, anybody can find you? That makes no sense. And then she says, we're trying to cover everywhere. You mean you're trying to cover up everything? Again, words are important. And then she describes Kylie. She starts with her description of Kylie with I, and then she changes it to Kylie. Like such a bold and outgoing girl. She's always down to do anything you ask her to do. So if you asked her to go cliff jumping, okay, that was the other thing I wanted to get to that I had said you hadn't missed anything yet. so glad I didn't forget to cover this. So if you asked her to go cliff jumping, why would you ask someone to go to cliff jumping? It reminds me of somebody telling someone to F off or go jump off of a cliff. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm going to play this part for you. I want to keep up with your chat though, too. Let's see. Do you think they will try to put heat on DD if he does it for KR or SS? Yeah, good question. Today was productive. Fee has a stummy full of double stuffed enchiladas, burritos, and Mama wants a nap. Yum. So yeah, I'm just about done here. We see you all coming in Truckee. Time to speak up. Please take a look at Ian Huntley. Then see the similarities with Nick G inserting himself. I will. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. Ian Huntley. Duper's Delight. Kenny made that crap up. No emotions. Part of Nick is telling the truth in his slips, but most of it is him duping the public. Yeah. Oh yeah, he'd be so proud of himself if he came in to like throw the whole narrative off. Like, look at me, I'm the king of the narrative. Good points, Jazz. Thank you, Mark. Shan, have you watched the latest video? It's brilliant. I don't think it's called Prothetic, but it's close. Prophetic. Did she push her off a cliff? Mark, good question. I think it was more like she wanted to tell her to F off and jump off of a cliff, but it's a very good question. How much truth would a local truck, if a local truck would speak the truth? Don't trust you one bit, Nick G. Yeah, I watch all of Prophetic Forensics videos. No, you all was me channel. Okay, so let's play the rest of, not the rest of it, but just a little bit more.
Oh, it's been complete radio silence. Her phone has been off. Her location isn't on, and nobody seems to have reportedly even seen her after 12:30. So,
and you know that she's familiar with the area, right? She's not like she doesn't know how to navigate the roads and things like that.
Yeah, no, she's driven out there multiple times. She's gonna go camping out there later that day. She has lived in this town for pretty much all of her life, so she knows this area like the back of her hand, just like most of us do.
We've seen people come here and split up into groups. How late can people come? Is there plans to do this again tomorrow? What areas are you guys searching?
Totally. Yeah, so I'm going to be here all day. If you see somebody with a shirt that says Find Kylie team member or
It's all about Scami. She didn't ask her about herself, but it always goes right back to herself.
My name is Sammy, so anybody can find me. We're going to be out here all day looking for her. I will be here. We have a registration thing. We're trying to look in all areas around here, even going down to San Francisco if anybody's willing to go down there. She could be anywhere in the country at this point. So we are just trying to cover everywhere.
I guess
she could be anywhere in the country at this point. So we are trying to cover everywhere. That sounds like a wild goose chase to me, like just making that needle in the haystack that much bigger. And if she could be anywhere in the country, then couldn't she be anywhere in the world and theoretically even like, the moon or something? Okay, one more little part and then we'll wrap it up.
We are doing another one tomorrow.
Got it. Lastly, what do you want people to know about Kylie? What kind of person is she? And what's your message to her if she happens to be seeing this?
Kylie is just such a bold and outgoing girl. She's always down to do anything you'll ask her to do. If you asked her to go cliff jumping, she'd be like, I'm on it, man. Like, I'm down for it no matter what. And she's always smiling. She's probably the best laugh I've heard anybody have. And
okay, so to remind you, I do have it at 0.75 speed. That's why she sounds a little more inebriated, possibly, but I think that she sounds a little inebriated anyway, and that slowing it down just kind of emphasizes and highlights that. But yeah, weird, huh? My name is Scami, so anybody can find me, and we're trying to cover everywhere. Kylie, such a bold and outgoing girl. She's always down to do anything you ask her to do. And so if you asked her to go cliff jumping, so what if Scammy asked her to go cliff jumping, she'd say what time and how high? Because I get the feeling that Scammy's in control of this town. She's in control of her peers, and that she didn't like that Kylie had a natural tendency to win people's attention and affection and focus, and that she wanted Kylie to go jump off of a cliff, and that's why she used that as an example. Not She didn't say if I told her to go jump off of a cliff, if you asked her to go cliff jumping. Very similar to telling someone to jump off a cliff. But if you just ask them and say please, please and thank you. And Mark says, I think he's speaking to Shan. No, you only watch my channel. That's cute. And yeah, Shan, this is really good. Trust people about 5%, like Megan and Scammy and Nick G. And she's here for the 5% slip ups. And I think you do an amazing job with that. Yeah. And that's the way liars are, because they have to tell some of the truth, because if they didn't tell some of the truth, it would be even more obvious that they're lying. So they have to stick with some foundation of truth. And then they put all their lies in there, and then they try to just spin it. They just try to confuse. They try to move a mile a minute so you can't keep up with them. And I believe that that's why Scammy speaks so fast, and why she's always jumping from this point in the story to that point in the story and back to that point without referencing that that's what she's doing. You know, she's talking about the phone call, and then a minute later she says, and so I answered it. No. I like this. Katie Bug, love is patient, love is kind, love never fails. And I like this one a lot, Shan. A 4-year-old could have drawn better Find Kylie t-shirts. Yeah, those Find Kylie t-shirts, to me, like, I get a vibe from them with the Sharpie, the black Sharpie. It's kind of like a violent kind of movement, the pen marks. And this is like the art therapist in me speaking. But also the messiness of it, the lack of planning, like the letters going up and shrinking in size, or changing in size, and then not making space for the little bear that's already on the shirt, not getting a shirt that doesn't have a little bear on it, or just writing where the bear isn't. All of that to me shows a lot of aggression, a lot of anger, and some violent tendencies. That's my professional opinion. Let's see. Did she say, stay there? How can you look when you're there? They care less about Kylie, and they did it and did the least other than a large goose chase. Misdirection there. Yeah, Mark, you're always on it. Always. All these people who went through art and drama classes, and they suck at both when it came down to Kylie. Yeah, and Kylie was just a natural beauty, a natural talent, a very adorable, fascinating creature. And she has that pensive look on her face and in her eyes in almost every single picture of her from the time she was small. But I do want to point out that some of the more recent photos of her before her disappearance, she seems more relaxed and happy. I'm insinuating that perhaps that there was a shift. Perhaps she felt so trapped her whole life and that maybe she felt like she was getting free. Pure speculation on my part, but I'm saying it. I think everything they put in the media was to distract us from Prosser and Boca. Oh yeah, I love all of MC Ultra's slips where she's talking about the party at Boca. I mean Prosser. It's like a FU. The shirts. Exactly, Mark. I could not have said it better myself. I literally could not have said it better myself. Yeah, nap time. All right. Get your rest, you guys. Take really good care of yourselves and have a lovely afternoon. Would have looked bad if they already had shirts printed, Mary. Oh, such a great point. They probably wanted to like set it up so that then they could have them printed in a heartbeat, but then they were like, wait, no, we might give ourselves away. That's funny. They probably had the flyers are all set to go, so all they had to do was hit the button, right? Shan, looking forward to catching up with your vids. Take care. Have a good nap. Much love to you all. Sending you light, sending you love. Eat well, get your nourishment, high protein, high produce, and drink your water. Breathe, get some exercise if you can, but most importantly, get your rest and relax and just stay healthy, stay happy. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys. Much love and talk to you very soon.